Hello my beautiful creative creatures. Today I wanted to do a video on Jessie Lee's most recent 90-day run. And I'm messing up my glasses. And I wanted to get into it because she says a couple of crazy things in it that I don't agree with. And I wanted to share about this because I also am planning to do the second half to my last video. And I don't want to do it right this second, but I wanted to at least get into a Jessie Lee video. See my picture back here? My friend Lexi did that. And it's a picture of me basically in a lemon. And then the Vulpix. So that's cool. And there's my candle right here. My office is still work in progress, so it looks a little messy. So I try to keep only some things visible. But we are going to get started.
Here. We freaking love you at Pharmacy. So we're so honored to have you here today. And yeah, we can't wait to take in all your knowledge.
Well, I'm super excited to be on here with all of you. Thanks for having me, Kate. And I'm excited because it's I'm in the middle of a 90-day run, and so I'm in a totally different stage of business than, no. I'm not in a different stage of business. I'm in a different stage of intensity than normal. So anyone who follows me on social media has probably noticed, like, good God almighty, this woman is going next level. She is living on the internet. My podcast gets up.
But recently she's been banned on a lot of things that I know. She talked about in her stories today, so I'm guessing all this posting is stopping her from doing a lot of the 90-day run. So how helpful is this to everybody else? Because obviously posting consistently as many times in a day probably is an indication or a problem somewhere on the internet. I don't know. But the fact that she got a notification not to be posting, or she's not allowed to, is funny. But okay, let's keep going.
My podcast gets uploaded by like 6:45 a.m. every day now. I'm going live and 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 live. I just live on live. I don't know what to tell you. And then because of that, my level of intensity, of course, spreads into everything. So, do I have permission to speak strongly?
Literally, like, no filter, just give it to him.
Okay. So I don't know. Like, Sarah looked a little scared. She started nodding like, yeah, I think she can. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be that strong. I mean, I just want to warn you, it might be. So that was just like a heads up. That was just in case I start going off on some kind of aggressive tangent. I don't usually ask for permission. Erica's got a point, but I'm just.
Yeah, but she does go on an aggressive tangent either way on this one. So She does go pretty hard. She's gonna say a lot of questionable things.
I'm just telling you, I'm in rare form because of this 90-day run. So is anyone doing a 90-day run? That's also a great question. That's a great question. Okay, so a bunch of you you're doing it. Bring it on. Give it to us. Okay, so I'm in a 90-day run, which just basically means I am all out action. I have crazy goals, including recruiting goals, which we're going to talk about today. And because of that, my intensity is different. And so I want to share some of that with you. I want to share maybe a little bit around some of the stuff I'm doing inside of this 90-day run, because people keep asking me, and it sounds like some of you are doing that in February.
Whenever I hear her say inside of this, I think of David Hollis, and it's the funniest thing because he's always saying inside of. And I didn't even know of David Hollis till I've gotten to anti-MLM. So I feel like she's been listening to a lot of David Hollis. But is that...
Rachel says. Mallory's in the middle of it now. Araceli's doing it now. That's awesome. And then from there, I also just want to get straight into recruiting in general, because this is one of the things that I'm super passionate about. It sounds like a lot of you follow me already, but recruiting's my jam. Recruiting's my jam. I guess I can start there. Not because I'm obsessed with recruiting people, but because I'm obsessed with helping people. And I really mean that. And you can't tell me anything about myself when it comes to that, or anything negative about recruiting, because if nobody had recruited me, I wouldn't have had the change in my life that I've had. Oh my gosh, hold on, wait a minute. Today is my 11-year anniversary in network marketing, direct sales, whatever. So like, hold on, I completely forgot. I jumped right over that. But it's crazy because I didn't even actually get recruited by anyone. Nobody messaged me, which is a tragic error on behalf of the entire world. However, I did get recruited in the sense of I did do a Google search and I did find a network marketing opportunity, direct sales opportunity, and it did change my entire life. 11 years ago today, I put $310 on a credit card because I had no money. For those of you who don't already know my story, I was living in a basement, not an exaggeration. I rented a room in a basement in a house, and the rest is kind of history.
Her mom's house, by the way.
In history, 11 years later, you know, kind of network marketing, walking, living legend, if you will. Love doing this, but to bring it back full circle really fast to the recruiting point, when I said I'm just addicted to the changing of people's lives, that makes me push every single day. I never wanted to recruit. And some of you have heard this part of my training before, so I don't want to repeat myself to you because I know a lot of you follow me very closely. I was the person who said, that's a full-time job. I have no interest in doing it. And until somebody told me, well, you're being really selfish by not sharing this with anybody, and that got me because I'm actually a bleeding heart. I'm in like a super, driven business, let's go state right now. So I don't mean to scare any of you, but some of the times I'll come on here and I'll straight up cry with y'all. Like I'm a yellow, mushy, like, can we all just make some money? Let's make $500 a month. Like I just want to change your life. I just want to hug your babies. I just want to hang out with you. Ooh, like I'm a quality time love language. Like let's just hang out and tell me about yourself. Like that's probably why I'll do live video all the time. But when you start seeing people's lives change, it becomes ridiculously addicting. You can't help yourself but share. So I've personally recruited over 9,000 people. For anybody who's curious.
Whenever I hear them say, I want to change lives, I'm not going to speak for all of them, but I'm going to at least say, when I hear that, I don't think they realize that saying that is not really what they mean. Because when they say change, they mean recruit. By recruiting, you put those people underneath you into debt. It's not in a good way. And they keep it very vague, and that's what irks me the most. So we'll just keep playing.
Why you should listen to me about recruiting, and I have no intentions of slowing down whatsoever. I am constantly recruiting. I'm always looking for new business partners. I am always out there looking to find somebody who wants to change their life. I'm always looking for the hungry. I'm always looking for the people who are I'm gonna say it because I told you. I asked permission. You said I could speak strongly. I am looking for the greedy, not the needy. Okay, and so that comes with making sure you are flipping your cards. 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 And when you speak about what you are trying to attract, write that down. You will attract what you want. I wanted and now have a team of aggressive people. I wanted aggressive, not aggressive like aggressive about business, aggressive about changing their lives, aggressive about doing more, aggressive about putting more gifts under the Christmas tree, aggressive about paying off debt, aggressive about the way they show up to stuff. I didn't want an organization, and I used to have one, an organization that I had to tell them about calls.
But for her to say, because she's going to contradict herself later in this video, the fact that she said, I want to have people that want to get rid of debt, she's going to make a statement that counteracts that in what she says.
And some of you know what I'm talking about, right? I hated it. I would have to text every person. Don't forget now, Michaela, we got that call with Jessie Lee coming up in an hour. Like I want to die when those. I can't. And not Michaela, because Michaela's sitting here like, girl, I was one of the first ones on. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th in the row. I was on here early. I secured my spot. Okay, that's why I can pick on the front page because I know y'all were here early. You didn't even show up on time. You came here early, which means you were on time. If you're on time, you're late. I'm just kidding. All right, but anyway, I was late, a little late. I was doing my pharmacy makeup and it just took too long. Right? But it wasn't your fault. It was my fault. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I say all that to you to say, you can tell who wants a business opportunity by how they do everything. Right? I had this conversation very, 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 very directly with our team last night, 2 nights ago. I don't know. I'm in the 90-day run time warp right now. And I said, man, you know what? A couple things. First of all, I can tell exactly how you're going to be in business if I look at your social media and I see how consistently you post. Oh, I like the faces some of you just made. Like, you forgot to tell your face, I can see you. I love it. I love it. I love Zoom. Like, I saw the, ugh, right? Because that's how you do everything. And I kind of slapped people around a little bit last night in a really nice way, okay? Like, I don't actually slap anybody around. I'm still like a little sweetheart, right? But I'm like, guys, if you can't consistently do social media, you've also told me how you're going to be in your business. You've also told me how you are in your actual full-time job. You've also told me what you're probably like, definitely like, in your relationship.
I don't think that's a fair assessment at all, because honestly, like, just because you may not be on social media every single day does not mean you're not actively doing what you're supposed to do. So if you have an actual small business that you create stuff, you're selling, you're like, if you have an Etsy shop, to say that doesn't mean you're not, but you also are creating a project to sell to people that want it. So you have to dedicate that time to doing those things. To say that's very demeaning. It doesn't seem to correlate the fact that they have it easy as 1099 because they have the product already there. Granted, it's not as easy as they make it to be to sell the product, but they're also a lot of the time the product of the product, so they always want to say, I love this, and they use it so much, so it's an endless cycle.
Relationships. Like, here's the fact of the matter. Okay, Caitlin's head's gonna pop off over there. But like, I wouldn't be friends with you if you don't have to be like somebody who does all the posts on the wall. Maybe it's consistent in your stories. Like, I don't care. Figure out what you like. Maybe it's TikTok, maybe it's Instagram, maybe it's Facebook, maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's your stories, maybe it's Clubhouse, whatever. Pick something and be consistent. And I would know if I would want to be straight up friends with you. Because if you can't be consistent in an Instagram story, if that's where you like to post stuff and you're talking about your business in there and you're posting about, then I'm worried if my car breaks down on the side of the road and you're my best friend. You know what I mean?
That's very shallow, it seems, to dictates, there's a word, dictates how they are in life. It doesn't always mean that. Just because someone isn't always online doesn't mean they're not always there. So if you have a constant friend, they can always talk to you. You can just talk to them. You don't have to have them on social media to be like, oh yeah, they're reliable. It seems very...
Like that, do you see the correlation between how you do anything is how you do everything? Okay, so you look at somebody, and then I said this, and this is just, so true. It's so true. Woo, child, I love y'all. But listen, you've got to get better. If you want to recruit people, you have got to become a better version of you, whatever that looks like. We're all at different levels. You're looking at me 11 years. 11 years I got in the pipe over here, okay? 11 years. 11 years ago when I started, I was recruiting all the duds. There were really no studs. Okay, I was like, they said every dud leads to a stud. I'm like, damn, how many duds I gotta get up? Oh, this is crazy. Until I realized the problem was me. It was me. Because we all want the outcome. We all want the stage time. We all want to train in front of people. Maybe not everyone, but you get what I'm trying to say. We all want to make the money. We all want the cars. We want the trips. We want the whatever. We want to go to Jamaica. We want to go to the Maldives. We want to travel the world. We want to see the places. We want to have the crazy birthdays. We want to do all this stuff. We all want to do these things. I know that. We want the outcomes and we're not willing to learn the skills. If you want to recruit more people, do you have recruiting skills? Do you know how to speak to people? Do you know how to find out what motivates people? Do you know how to find out what moves people? Do you know how to find out exactly what the person actually needs, or are you just talking at people? Because when I first started, I was talking about people. I was making income claims. I was talking about all things I was going to do. I was talking about my vision. I was talking about all this stuff. Recruiting is a skill set. The military sends you to learn how to recruit. It's a skill set. And then they throw you out in there and you got to fail, 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 you got to fail. You're terrible, right? You got to knock on people's doors trying to get people, would you like to be a Marine? Okay? Like, you got to do all these things. You got to learn the speeches. You got to learn the slogans. You got to learn, oh my God, you got to know all the stuff about all the stuff. And until you know the skills, it feels like hard labor. Right? You feel like you're tripping over your words. I mean, yeah, so the company, hold on. I know what I'm supposed to say. Hold on. I just learned this. 1 second. Okay, so we're based in Turkey, and we've been around for we're. How many of you, that's where you still are, and you're trying to convince people, right? Like, you haven't rehearsed yet. You haven't put in the skill set training yet. You haven't learned about no chemicals, European standards yet. You haven't learned enough to bring people in business with you, because it's a certain amount of posture that recruits people. There's a certain way you carry yourself that people go, oh my God, she knows what she's talking about. Whoa, okay, if I join her, like, that girl knows what's up. Now, some of you are going, wait a minute, hold on. Now I'm like, so now I don't think that I'm going to be good enough, because now you're saying I don't know enough, so maybe I shouldn't even try yet. You better wipe that crap out of your brain. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying the only way you're going to actually learn how to do this is by doing it. And a lot of you fight and battle yourselves every day. Well, why would they join me? They're going to join Kate. She's better than me. She's a corporate leg. She's this, she's that. Would you shut up about Kate? Like, we can all be obsessed with Kate. I'm obsessed with Kate, okay? But like, Kate's already figured it out. It's your turn to figure it out. It doesn't matter what she's doing. What's your path? And people all the time would say to me, oh, Jessie Lee, like, you know, now they say, oh, well, of course people join you. No. I joined this. Did you miss what I said when I joined 11 years ago today? It's my anniversary. Woo! Right, I'm just going to keep saying that. I'm excited it's my anniversary. But like, guys, I lived in a basement. I drove a Ford Focus that was like already 15 years old then. Lord have mercy. It was a stick shift, right? Okay. It's because it was cheaper, right? Stick shifts are cheaper because most people cannot drive them in America, right? I lived in the Appalachian Mountains in Maryland, and so I would throw that sucker in neutral and coast down hills to save on gas money when I started this. So when people go, no, hold on a second. Like, they're going to join Kate, they're going to join the leaders, they're going to join all these people who know more about makeup or more about business or more about the company, or no. Write this word down. Vision. Whoever has the biggest vision of where they're going in this business is going to win. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I swear on everything. People from year one could not out-recruit me, not because I had a house, because I didn't. Not because I had a nice car, because I certainly didn't. Not because I had...
Are we admitting it's a competition? Because a lot of them say, no, they're not my competition. But these reps are your competition. You have to constantly constantly be competing to have people like join underneath you, because it's oversaturated. We talk about this all the time. It's oversaturated. There are too many, and it's not like it's regulated in some
me, not because I had a house, because I didn't. Not because I had a nice car, because I certainly didn't. Not because I had all the fancy whatever, the nails and the hair and the makeup and the whatever. Y'all, man, I couldn't even afford good skincare. Go look at my photos from even 5 years ago, ma'am. I look way younger now. All right, it was a calamity. I could not. I was probably washing my face with bars of soap. All right, like, there was a long way I needed to go. I could not... It was bad. It was a tragedy. But what I did have was vision. I knew where I wanted to go, and I kept talking about that's where I'm taking people. Do people know where you're taking them? Do people know where they're going on this business train? Do people know the vision of this business when they partner with you? Because I made that wildly clear when I started in business. I mean, crystal clear, not kind of clear, crystal clear. Guess where I'm going? This is what I'm doing. I'm going to be able to afford a new car in a year. I'm going to be moving out of that basement pretty soon here now. We are going to go to the top. And then I would make like really bad income claims. I'd be like, I'm going to be rich. We're going to be rich together. We're going to be rich. This is before, you had to be FTC compliant. But I was really making phone calls saying, girl, I still remember my first recruit's name. Her name is Kisa. I said, Kisa, girl, we are going to be rich. And she said, what are you doing? I said, don't even worry about it. Like, we are going into people's houses and we are selling products. All we have to do is learn how to sell. She goes, girl, you don't know how to sell. I said, I don't know how to sell and you don't know how to sell, but we're going to learn together and we're going to get rich. And she went, what the hell? I said, I don't know. You got a credit card? She said, yeah. I said, cool. I just got one too. Let's go. Like, that is the worst recruiting pitch ever. But you know why it worked? It worked because I painted a picture with the vision of where we were going to go. I told her we're going to the top. I made it very clear I had no intentions of ever stopping. And here we are, 11 years later, certainly looks to me like Jessie Lee never stopped. Because my vision pulled me and pulled me and pulled me and pulled me. And here's the thing.
I've never heard any other anti-mom ask that, because I've seen this video a couple times now, and I fell on talking about it. But the fact is, where's that first recruit? Is she still with her? Is she still a part of this? Because it doesn't seem like she is, because she's supposed to be your first one. So did she leave? Did she? I'm just curious. Like, did she actually like stay? Because she doesn't talk about her now.
Pulled me and pulled me and pulled me. And here's the thing. Some of you stopped recruiting, not because you don't know how to recruit, but because you have not recalibrated your vision. And you have to. You have to get a new idea of where you're going to go next. There's always a next step. And a lot of you probably come from similar backgrounds to me, where money was a scarce resource, right? Money was a scarce resource. There was not a lot going on. You were constantly struggling if you grew up anything like me. And so you make the money and then you go, oh God. Is that any of you? Like, oh my God. Has anyone been there? And so those of you who went, oh, that's me. I don't even know you, and I know you're stuck at a rank. Oh, I'm right, aren't I? See, because that's how this works. You joined this and you never thought you were going to make money. And then whoopsies, you proved everybody wrong. You proved all the cousins who told you it's a scam wrong. You proved your mom wrong, your husband wrong. You proved your best friend wrong. You proved everyone on the internet who said it wasn't going to work wrong. And now you made money and you went.
Yeah, but the thing is, when we talk about it, we're not saying like you can't make money. We never said you couldn't. It's the way you guys make money that's unethical. And a pyramid scheme, because you have to recruit. So recruiting people just makes it worse. If it were just a regular business that paid you for everything that you do, that wouldn't be an issue. They actually would pay you right out for everything they talk about, everything they post, everything they sell. They got like better commissions than what they talk about getting. But all those reps, and especially those underneath top ones, don't get that. If anything, they are the ones at the bottom spending all the money to try to get higher up. And normally they don't get very far because it's not easy to get people to be recruited. They make it sound so easy when it's not.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. You already hit your vision. You have to recalibrate it. This is going to sound crazy, but well, maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm like on a tangent. I can feel it, right? Like I tell our leaders, I make them spend money. I'm like, let me see your bank account. They show me.
Okay, and this is the part that I had an issue with. She said, I make my leaders spend money. When she just said in the beginning, I want people to get out of debt. You contradicted yourself. And to tell people to spend their money how you feel they should is not right. You should have no use at all seeing what they have in their account. No. I would never let you see my account. You know why? Because that's not any of your business. None of your business. I don't care who you are. I don't care. You don't get to see that and tell me how I should spend it. No. And to think that you get to dictate how they spend it is also not right.
I'm like, what is all that money doing sitting in there? Well, I don't know. You never grew up with money. That's why it's sitting there. You like looking at the number. That is.
Yeah, but they also have families. They have bills. They have house payments. They have car payments. So to tell them to spend it on useless crap, which they are useless things, those trainings are useless crap, stop doing it. They just want your money. They just want you to waste it so they can get it later. They don't care about what you do. They want your money. So for her to say that is gross and manipulative. And don't ever show anybody higher up your account and how much you make. And let them tell you you have too much money. No. Regardless of if I don't agree with how you do it, they should not be telling you how to do it.
That is losing money every day that sits there. Where can we buy some education? Where's another skill set I need you to invest that money into? Where is an actual investment we can invest that money into? Don't buy a Gucci belt or Louis Vuitton luggage or none of that crap. I make them spend money on stuff they need to spend money on, and then they go, oh God, now I need to make money again.
No. And again, I'm going to keep saying this. No. She should not be telling anybody to spend money on anything. No. 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 I'm speaking right to everybody. No. That's a big no-no. That's culty and disgusting. And she seems to be a narcissist, so that's just my opinion. But the fact that she is doing that is wrong.
They go, oh God, now I need to make money again. And then they start getting hungry again. Some of you need to get hungry again in your business. You need to get aggressive again in your business, and you need to decide what your next goal is. Okay, so now you're not driving that car you didn't like. So I was driving that Ford Focus. I was so excited. Remember what I said? I said, I'm going to have a new car in a year. Remember? That was one of my first goals. I'm like, I'm done with this crap. This is crazy. Okay? I'll never forget the day I bought a RAV4, man. Let me tell you about myself. I was so excited. I thought that I was like big ballin', okay? And don't get me wrong, because that was really exciting for me. I never had a new car. I had never had a car that was automatic. I had never had a car that didn't have the roll down windows. I had never had a car with a sunroof. I had never had a car with a trunk like that. Okay, it was nice. It had leather seats instead of those stinky cloth seats. Like, ugh. I felt like a bomb. Like, I'm not even kidding, you know, like, I was like, look at me. I loved it. I was so proud of myself. And then I said, okay, so now I got this. I better set a new goal. What is your next goal, those of you who are in that car now, or you're no longer in the living situation you're in, or you got out of that relationship that was abusive, or you're no longer looking at the menu and saying, do I eat?
The next step is not to listen to what she says about spending your money. You're welcome.
Do I eat? Hey, I guess I'm just going to get the burger again, but I really want the steak. Where's the vacation you want to take your family on? Have you even thought about that yet? Right? And if you've taken a vacation recently, what's the next one? You know, like, okay, so you made it to Ocean City, Maryland. Congratulations. I wouldn't get in that water if you paid me. Okay? Like, you gross. All right, that's where I'm from, so I'm allowed to make fun of Maryland. All right? Like, that place is nasty. All right? Like, where are you going next? Can we schedule the Maldives? Can we schedule Europe? Can we schedule an actual cruise where you're not stuck in the center thing? You know, you're like, I went on a cruise. Yeah, I bet you did. And you were stuck in that little tiny hole that was the size of this makeup palette, right? You were like crammed up on top of each other, like in the middle of the boat, rocking and rolling, barfing everywhere. What about...
I'm pretty positive she's never been on a cruise. Neither have I, but I know they're not that small. She's almost diminishing what cruises are really about. Like, I wouldn't mind experiencing a cruise. Granted, I'd probably be a little scared, but I would like to try it. But to say that, like, how she's making it sound like the worst thing ever when it's not. Cruises offer a lot of things, and I would love to just go onto a cruise ship as it's docked and try the restaurants inside. I'm weird like that, but that would be me.
What about a cruise ship where you get a suite where you're out looking the water the whole time? Try that. Try a Mediterranean cruise, right? Try an Alaskan cruise. Go look at some whales. I don't know. You got to shift your vision, and you will start recruiting more people because you are going to be having a different hunger about This is funny. Some of you know. Jessica says she loves her balcony room. I don't know how many of y'all watch Tea Time with Jessie Lee at night, but if you do, that is funny right now, okay? All right, so anyway, I just digress. Let me just... All right, so I get funny at night on live video, okay? It's not really like a motivational training at night with Jessie Lee. It's more like girl chat with Jessie Lee.
It's more like chaotic energy. I'll have to show you a tea time one then. I have one upcoming that I plan on doing. It's eye-opening.
Chat with Jessie Lee if you ever catch Tea Time. So don't be jumping on there trying to think that I'm going to be motivating you, okay? I mean, I might, but you're probably just going to be like, this girl's hilarious. That's what happens at Tea Time. I just scream and laugh the whole time, all right? So anyway, yes, your balcony room. I like balconies too, girl. All right, international balconies. Mwah, chef's kiss. All right, so moving right along. I think y'all just picked up what I'm putting down. What is your vision? What is the vision of where you want to go? And are you conveying that vision? If you're not telling people, hey, when you join our team, this is what's happening. If you're not telling people, here's the difference between my opportunity and the other opportunities you're looking at. Y'all better write that down. You know, and it's subtle stuff. It's subtle stuff. I constantly am telling people about the differences between joining our team and joining anybody else's team. Constantly, because there are differences. I'm constantly knowing the differences between this company and other companies. Do you even know what's going on in the makeup space? You're in a makeup company. I did a live the other day, and how many of you were on the live where I was talking about your company? There you go, okay. So Danielle was on. Okay, hold on a second, I gotta move this really fast. Rebecca was on, a couple of you were on. What did I say y'all need to start talking about? And I want you to think about why I told you to start talking about that. European standards. You're the only network marketing company I know of that sells makeup that upholds European standards. Everyone else, you are like, they are smothering chemicals all over their face and like killing people. Okay? I don't really know if
Yet she will put on fake eyelashes that have silicone stuff. Another contradiction. Everything is made of chemicals. Oy vey. Like, depending on the type of chemical, it can be very dangerous. But, like, to say no chemicals, then you want it to be made of nothing? I just don't get it.
Killing people, okay? I don't really know if it's that dramatic, so, like, don't get mad at me if that's not true. But, like, your company is the standard. You're the gold standard. Why don't you talk about that? Don't you think you should talk about that? I think you should talk about that. Maybe don't say killing people, okay? If like that got lost in translation, all right? That's a little aggressive. But like, know the differences. Do you know the difference between joining your team and another team? Do you know the difference between support you get and support from another company? Do you know the difference between maybe your leader has mentorship from somebody and nobody else gets that? I've got direct people that recruit people all the time on our team go, this is one of the number one things people on our team will say in their Instagram stories, on their social media, on everything. We get direct access to Jessie Lee Ward, and so do you. You will get weekly coaching from Jessie Lee Ward when you join this team. And people go, what the hell? I'm a recruiting tool. You have Kate. You have Kate. Do you talk about her? Because y'all are not using your brains if you're not talking about her. That doesn't make sense to me. She's a weapon in your company. I would be pimping her out all over the place. Okay? That's what I would be doing. I swear on it. If you know she's good, then utilize it. Right? You have these benefits in what you're doing, and some of us just aren't even paying attention to it. What is the vision? What are you talking about? Where are you taking people? What makes you better? And don't stop talking about it. I can't shut up about the fact that people can join our team. When we have a kit sale, I'm like, hey, Dollar Keto comes flat back. Hey, 40% off. Hey, want to join me? Join me. Like, hey, hello, I'm recruiting. Hi, how are you? Hey, ooh, Like, I'm consistent about it. People need to know you have an opportunity. One time did somebody, I found out, and thank God they ended up in my downline somewhere, okay? Whew. But I said, girl, why did you join so-and-so? It wasn't Jalissa, but I'll just use Jalissa. Why did you join Jalissa? Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me, Corrales? And she goes, I did not know you were in business, Jessie Lee. And I'm like, what? Well, I just thought that you were like a network marketing coach. I didn't know that you sold the ketones. I'm like, what in the hell? Well, I didn't know, like, and then I did see you drink the ketones, but like I don't know. I didn't know that you were still recruiting people. And I was like, that's it. Never again. And I got...
It's really hard to keep getting yelled at, even unintentionally, but yelled at regardless is very hard to listen to after a while.
I got loud. You want to recruit more people? Get loud. I was on a call, I think yesterday. I don't know. It's all a blur, like I said. And I just said, the word is omnipresence. That was a coaching call like 2 days ago. Somebody came on live video with me and she said, how do you have omnipresence on social media? Her name was Melissa. I still remember. I said, Melissa, I have omnipresence because I'm posting constantly. I'm living on the internet. I'm showing people all the time what I'm doing. This is a living legacy. It's a living legacy. I want you to think about that for a second. Like, when you're gone and your social media is still living, your great-great-great-grandbabies are going to know exactly who you were. That's legacy. Omnipresence means get loud. You want people, when they walk past you at Walmart and they see a bright makeup palette, to send you a photo and go, hey girl, hey Nina, I thought of you, girl, because you sell a palette that's way prettier than this one. That's what I'm talking about. When somebody goes to their Target and there's like keto chips or something, they better be sending me a photo. Girl, I thought about you, girl. You the keto girl. Yeah, that's right, that's me, I'm the keto girl. You need people to think about you. You need people to think about you. What makes you stand out? You want to build a big team, a little team, a medium-sized team, an anything team? You have to think about how much you are showing up. Because there is not a day that I don't show up. It makes recruiting a lot easier when people go, I have a feeling that I know what kind of leader Jessie Lee is. I have a feeling that I know what I will be getting when I join Jessie Lee's team. I have a feeling I know how fast I'll be able to get a response from her when I join her team. I have a feeling I know her. And it changes the entire way your business grows. So I know I'm already over time, which is bad because I'm on a 90-day run and I have another thing to do literally right now. But I love you all so much. I appreciate you.
All right, so that was the end of that call. Training recruitment with Jessie Lee. Yeah, that was a lot. I am so sorry that you guys had to deal with that. But I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below what you thought. How you felt about her saying the what she tells her like top leaders how to spend money, and anything else you think of, because I just can't do it. But she does look good in this video, so I will say that at least. And that's all. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.